Hello!
Hello!
We brought guests. This
Yay.
is Amanda and Ailey, and this is going to be a two-part video. Actually, it might be like a four-part video depending on how long we talk. But we're going to talk about fandoms, and then if you subscribe and come back, you can see us talk about Supernatural. What do you think when you hear the word fandom? What do you consider a fandom? How is it different from just liking something?
There's an element of obsession, I think.
And a bigger commitment.
So, like, is there a difference between being a fan of something and being part of a fandom?
Yes. I think being a fan is more casual than being in a fandom. Like if you identify as part of a group of people who enjoy something together, there's a social aspect of being in a fandom that is not there for being a fan.
Is there an internet aspect to fandom?
Yes. Nudity.
Yes.
Gifts and just it's shameful in so many ways. You can't. Some aspects you can't display.
If you look at it like broadly, being a football fan and being like really into some kind of sport, it's pretty similar.
What aspects makes something ripe for fandom? Homoerotica?
Yes.
I think there has to be a quirk to it.
Like it's not just a straight drama?
Yes. I think if you appeal to a demographic that is already nerdy, you have a higher probability of attracting a fandom, I think.
Yeah.
Would you guys all consider yourself fangirls to some extent?
Yes.
Yes.
So, Amanda, what was your earliest fan experience? What do you remember? What started you off on the fandom sort of spiral of shame?
Buffy, absolutely Buffy, which I started watching and was a bit skeptical, and then just over the cliff.
What was your earliest fandom experience?
My earliest fandom experience was Hansen, but it wasn't like fandom the way it is now. But then after Hansen,
You didn't draw Hansen naked?
no, but I sent letters and took pictures of myself, and oh, it was bad. And I kissed posters goodnight. So, but then it escalated into him fandom, the Finnish rock band.
And anyone who watched our best friend quiz video will know what your earliest fandom was.
Terminator. But I didn't know I didn't know then that you could be a fangirl or that like fandoms existed. So it was a very solitary experience.
So if you were going to say what fandoms you're a part of now, what would you say? What are your fandoms?
Supernatural, Gilmore Girls, I think. Buffy to some extent.
Do you think Gilmore Girls is a fandom type thing?
No, but
But you
that
are.
won't stop me.
Okay. What about you?
Oh, Doctor Who, absolutely. I got into a fight with someone working at Hamley's toy store in London about which Doctor Who is the best Doctor Who.
So who is your doctor?
Number 10. Yeah, but Doctor Who and Buffy. Absolutely Buffy and Supernatural.
Doctor Who, and right now I'm super hardcore fangirling Tom Hiddleston. It's insane. I hide my shame. I delete my.
You realize
internet
that you're
history.
hiding it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's okay because no one in my family or boyfriend or whatever will see this because they don't care. So it's okay.
So what's your Hiddle thing? What's the thing with Hiddle?
His face.
Have you been a part of any other fandoms that you've sort of left behind?
Yes. Interview with a Vampire. I was very into Interview with a Vampire. That was also the first time I did fan art, except I didn't know it was called fan art by then. Non-slashy fan art.
Okay.
I hasten to add.
What does fangirling mean to you? Is it that sort of squee picture? Something, a new fact that I didn't know before?
Yes.
The hunting, the obsession.
The gifs, I think.
The gifts and the pictures of them being pretty.
It's a very superficial
Yes.
thing, actually.
Yes.
So what's the difference between a fanboy and a fangirl?
They're not as hardcore.
They're weak.
We can crush them.
Yes.
Do you ever make jokes that other people don't get?
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
And also I quote Buffy a lot. I quote Buffy not realizing I'm quoting Buffy.
Like somebody will say, I've got a theory, and you go, must be bunnies. And they go,
Yeah. And also, I'm expecting a big karmic reward any minute now, which I have discovered friends who haven't seen Buffy saying.
Because they've heard you.
Yeah, because they've heard me say it so many times.
That's a good one. I managed to make a supernatural reference to you, which you didn't get, so I could say you didn't get that reference, which is also a supernatural reference.
Am I Castile in this group?
Okay.
I think you're more Bobby, though. Grumpy.
I don't get that reference. Do you read fan fiction?
Yes.
Or rather, will you admit to reading fan fiction?
I read the worst kind of fan fiction.
What is the worst kind of fan fiction?
Oh,
Hiddle's
Real
having,
people.
real people fiction.
Real
Hiddle's
people
having
slash.
sex with himself.
No, Hiddle's having sex with anyone.
Okay, so real person slash.
And it's not okay. It's always bad. I haven't read anything good yet, but it's still
But you keep
satisfying.
There's a lot of wading through shit to
Yeah.
find decent things.
So, have you written fanfic?
Not that I'm willing to admit.
Okay, I can admit to now that at one point in my life, when I was barely pubescent, I wrote Hanson fanfic. It was not slash fic. It was not incest. I don't know what the term would be. It was Mary Incest. It was Mary Sue fic.
So,
I'm trying to remember what the names of the fics were. I wrote like 4 or 5 chapters, and I was like, ain't nobody got time for this shit. So, what kind of fan art do you do?
I don't do naked fan art because it feels rude to speculate.
But from the back would be okay.
The back would be okay.
And on that note, is there a line when fangirling goes too far?
yes.
So is it real person slash that's the line? Or like camping out on someone's front lawn?
Like, drawing myself with Hiddles would be so weird and wrong.
And you've done it anyway?
No. Because I'm like, I'm not worthy. This wouldn't happen ever. I know this. I won't sully you with my body.
This is a good point. I think bringing it to the real world, sort of, like
Yeah.
stalking people, or showing them very graphic fan art
Yeah, that's
with their
weird.
faces.
Because
That's
you know
weird.
they're going to be weirded out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not okay. Why would you do that? Why? If someone sent that to me, I would be like,
But like, is that a big factor? The will they, won't they?
Like for watching the show? you
Yeah.
mean? Yes, I think so. Maybe you don't want your will they or won't they couple to, like, get it on, because
Because it takes the whole like tension out of the.
yeah.
that and like where can they go from there?
You have a good
Maybe.
point. Because like that's the appeal of idolizing a band as prepubescent, because it's safe.
Mhm.
You know, it's from a distance, and I think there's that aspect here too.
Are you open about your fandoms, about your fangirliness?
Yes, I just send out invitations for my wedding with Doctor Who things on them. So they have like Gallifreyan letters on them.
It's not the girl who waited.
No, it's not.
That's really cute.
Yeah, we'll see. Or weird.
Are you ever ashamed of your fangirling?
Yes.
Every time you Tumblr?
I click down the window when my boyfriend walks past.
Mhm.
It's like, you don't need to see this.
But is he not okay with the fangirling, or are you like independently ashamed?
I'm independently ashamed.
Okay.
He's got his own fandoms.
Like I tone it down to an extent in public. I think I choose my venues for fangirling.
You know what I find problematic though? This is what, like, for instance, like, I'm a big Firefly, like, I love Firefly, and one problematic thing about the sort of obsessive part of fandoming is you suddenly find out things about the stars that you wish
Yes.
you didn't know.
Yes.
Like, when I found out that Adam Baldwin is a right-wing conservative
Yeah.
whatnot, and I was like, I'm so sad now. Like, did you ever find that?
Yes,
Like, you
yes.
wish you could, like, go back
And
and
research.
yeah.
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 There are very few people that you can like.
That survived.
Like
fandom.
Sarah Michelle
Yes.
Gellar, who's like, no, I'm not a feminist, and you're like,
You have to be.
you have to be.
Basically, fandoms are nothing to be ashamed of except for when they are.
But I
And-
kind of like the shame element though, it's a thing. It's kind of like Catholic guilt, you know, it gives you the extra
Girl
edge.
shame.
And on that note, okay, so subscribe if you want to see our supernatural video. Though right now I need a shower.
But we barely started.
And the doobly-doo will also have links to all these lovely people. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.